Welcome to Proverbs 31 by Design. My name is Tina Heisman. I help Christian women who are struggling with the overwhelm of trying to balance being a wife, mother, and career woman. When they work with me, they discover how to create their own unique level of balance so they can finally experience the joy, passion, success, and fulfillment that they have been seeking in life. Our topic for today's podcast is why it's important to make your husband feel like a winner. But before we get started, I have a quick favor to ask. If you have been listening to my podcasts and you enjoy them, would you head on over to iTunes and rate it for me? That would mean so much to me, and I want to thank you in advance for that. And now I have something for you. I have created a free download called The Ultimate Guide to Guilt-Free Self-Care. It's a guide to help you take care of yourself in mind, body, and spirit so that you can feel like your best self every day. Visit my website to download it, tinaheisman.com. I'd also like to invite you to my private Proverbs 31 community on Facebook, where you can come to get positive inspiration for your life. Search Proverbs 31 by Design in the Facebook search bar. All right, let's dive in and talk about why it's important to make your husband feel like a winner. So, once Paul and I were at a charity event. We were at an organization called Feed My Starving Children, and we were packing meals for needy children in Africa. And so this was an event that was organized by my husband for his team, for like a team building exercise. So our families came too if they wanted to. So my family was there. And as we were packing, my husband was trying to rally his troops to like speed them up so that they could pack more meals than the other teams around us. And he said, "I want to go home a winner." It was kind of more to himself than like really the whole team at large, but it was with a lot of enthusiasm. But then he said, "I don't get to do that all the time." And that's something that caught my attention. He was talking about his challenges at work that keep him from feeling like a winner, but it's very telling for a man. And he was kind of though, you know how they are. He was just speaking fun and like tongue in cheek, And so those of us who were in earshot of him just laughed and went on from there. But then there was a man standing next to me, and he said, "Yeah, then when I go home, I definitely don't feel like a winner." Oh, girls, I felt so heartbroken and like someone punched me in the stomach. I can't believe like I actually heard a man say that. It really broke my heart. And I just thought to myself, here is a guy who is trying to be a winner at work, and he's trying to be a winner at home, and he doesn't feel like he's winning at either of them. Now, I don't know about you girls, but I do not want my husband to feel like that. And I also feel for this man's wife. Clearly, she's not happy, or she would not be tearing him down at night when he comes home from work, right? And I'm certain she's not doing it on purpose and doesn't realize what she's doing and the effect that it's having on her husband and her marriage. And I just really wish I could get to her and teach her what I'm about to teach you. I just want to encourage you right now that we can all be more mindful of this, because we don't want our husbands to feel this way. So let's work to build them up. Let's be their biggest cheerleader. Let's be sure to tell them every day how much we appreciate them. Let's thank them for all they do for us. And let's also discern if every little kind of negative, nitpicky thought we think about what they're doing or not doing, if it really needs to come out of our mouths, right? Like just maybe a little bit of filtering, something to think about. But today I want to do more than just encourage you and inspire you. I want to give you practical tools that you can start implementing today that will help your husband feel like a winner, and that will also help him be a more loving husband to you. I want you to hear that part. Like, on one hand, you're being a loving wife. Like, your work at making him feel like a winner, it's good in of itself. Even if nothing good came back to you, that would be amazing. That would be an amazing gift to give to another person. But there is another benefit, and that is when they feel like a winner, everyone around them benefits, right? It comes right back to us in the form of love. And so I just want to encourage you with that, because some of the women that I talk to are in a tough spot in their marriage, and they they don't want to be taken advantage of. And I totally get that. And I want to say, like, I hear you, but I promise you this works. And so I'm going to teach you how to do it today. And so no matter where you are in your marriage, if you want to take it from good to great or from struggling to better, better to best, this will work for you. Okay. So part of why I think we have this struggle in our marriage is that men and women need to receive love differently. And we don't really fully understand what it is the other person needs. And so when we can understand what the other person needs, we can give it to them and voila, things are more smooth. So the big difference is that for women, we want to feel loved for who we are on the inside, but men want to be respected for who they are on the outside, for like what they do. Like this is where the winner part comes in, like, right? Like when they feel that respect, then they feel like a winner. So today I'm going to share with you 3 things you can do to speak right to your husband's heart and make him feel like a winner. And I hope you have pen and paper ready because you might want to take notes. So these are so simple. The first thing that you can do today is to text, call, or email your husband and express appreciation for something he has recently done or just for the amazing guy that he is. So take a minute and reflect. Did he take out the trash before work today or empty the dishwasher or step in to help with the kids last night when things got dicey or offer to give him a bath? What has he done lately that you really appreciate? And I do want to encourage you, even if it's something like taking out the trash that you expect him to do, it still works if you thank him for doing it. It still means a lot to him if you thank him for doing it. And only good is going to come back if you will do this. Trust me, it will not backfire. I'm serious. And hey, I try to throw great reminders from scripture in from time to time if I can. And so Proverbs 25:11 says, the right word at the right time is like golden apples and silver jewelry. It's like a beautiful image, right? And so just encouraging us to be encouraging to our husbands to help them feel like a winner and just letting them know that what they do at home really means a lot to us. A great thing that you can thank your husband for is simply for going to work for your family. He will really appreciate that and it will melt his heart. And so I know some women think that it feels a little bit weird because, again, that's another thing they expect their husband to do. But when we thank them for those things, they feel respected, and that to them is so important. And so that's what we want to do to help them feel like a winner. Okay, so it's that simple. Tip number 1, simply express appreciation. So like make it your goal to do this every day, once a day, every day. Tip 2 is to do something nice for him. And so I recommend you think of something that might be a little bit out of the ordinary that you might not normally do to make sure that your message is heard today, right? So if you know your husband's love language, that would be really helpful here. So for example, if his love language is acts of service, maybe you could do a little service project for him, like a chore that he would normally do, or maybe make one of his favorite dinners. You know your husband best. Just think on it for a moment and think of what action could you take for him that would show him you appreciate him and make him feel like a winner. And he will feel like a winner because you'll be like, I am such a winner because my wife is amazing, right? As I know you're amazing, but sometimes we got to show him. Let's see, the next example is gifts. If your husband's love language is gifts, you could go out and buy him something small that he has been wanting, or even something really little, like something from the grocery store that's just for him, right? That put his name on it. It's just for him, not for the kids, so that he feels special. He's got something just for him. Now, if your guy has a love language of quality time, perhaps you could do something with him that you normally wouldn't do. Like maybe you let him go out and do his bike rides by himself or watch his sports by himself. What would it be like if maybe today you did that thing with him or in the coming week or something like that? Just looking for an opportunity where you would normally sit it out that you could join in with him. And I like to think back to kind of our dating days because we did a lot more things with our husbands back then than we do now. And it's not all bad, but it's something to think about. Like what's something that he likes to do that he might love to have you around to do. And because men really bond through recreational activities, it would be a very big work. It would be, I can't think of the word I want to say. I'm so sorry. It would mean a lot to him. It would show him you love him. It would make him feel like a winner. Whoa. Okay, next up. If your husband's love language is physical touch, that could be just maybe saving him a little bit of energy tonight or giving him a little shoulder massage, just something little, right? And then finally, if your husband's love language is words of affirmation, that first tip will help you of expressing appreciation. But if you know that his love language is words of affirmation, I would work really hard to minimize negative words, negative feedback, because if what means the most to him is like positive affirmation, then what will really hurt him is negative affirmation. So taking a look at taking that one step further, not only giving him positive words, but also trying to reduce the negative words. Okay, so that's tip number 2. Find something nice to do for your husband today, and the love languages really do help with that. Finally, tip number 3 is to greet him when he comes home from work and really listen to him when he talks to you about his day. This one's a little more difficult than it seems because we are so busy as moms. There's so much to do. Sometimes we allow our husband to come home after work without much fanfare after he was gone all day working for us. And taking the time to give him a welcome home greeting and a little bit of attention sends a message of love and respect. And so when your husband comes home from work tonight, make an effort to stop what you're doing and greet him with a hug or a kiss or even just your eye contact, and just be intentional about welcoming him home. Like, you notice he's there, this is a good thing, you're glad he's there, and also have the kids come and greet him too. Because think about what he's doing is working so hard for your family, and yes, he gets something out of it too. But in his mind, it is so important for him to work really hard for you guys. And so how much of a winner does that make him feel like if you all come out of your respective places and give him a minute when he first gets home, right? So that would be a huge way to show him that he's a winner in your eyes. And so then as you go throughout your night, I would just like to encourage you that when he talks to you about your day, try not to judge what he says or tell him you think he handled something wrong. This is actually really important. And it can be difficult because we women are very wise, right? And we want to share our wisdom and say, oh, or did you think about this? Or did you think about that? But what we don't realize that's doing is making them feel like they're not a winner. Because what your husband really wants from you is to hear from you that you think he handled it well. And he really is trying to impress you with what he did that day. So even if you disagree with him, I would really withhold your urge to give advice. Unless he's really asking, I would really withhold it. Because what he really wants is to tell you about his day. And even if it was like a horrific day that he survived or a great day where he was triumphant, he just wants to hear from you that you support him and that you think he's a winner. And so just all you have to do really is say, thank you for sharing that. I love hearing about your day. And just leave it at that, right? This listening is going to make him feel so respected, and it will increase his feelings of like love for you. And that's kind of where we started this podcast today, was saying this wonderful effort on your part to make him feel like a winner is awesome just in and of itself, because it will make him feel so good. And what's better than making another human feel amazing, right? Especially one that you love so much. But I also do want to encourage you that you will notice the love coming back to you. And it's just a normal fact of human nature, right? Because when we feel good in our best selves, then we can like give more to other people. And when our husbands feel that way, then they do give more to us. And so just let that sink in for a minute, right? Like, it's amazing in and of itself to make him feel like a winner. But like doubly good is that those good feelings are going to come back to you as well. And that will increase your intimacy in your marriage and your connection and your fun and all of those good things that we all want so much. And so what I would recommend for you, especially, or even if you're skeptical, which I hope you're not skeptical, this totally works, give it a try. Just commit to yourself that you're going to try this for 5 days and see how it goes. See what happens. See what, if he notices, or if you get any feedback, or if the more loving feelings flow. Just see how it goes. Give it a try. You have nothing to lose and only everything to gain. So now I know that this is easier said than done, and it definitely takes practice and sometimes work when we're feeling frustrated. And so if you would like a little bit of help, I'm here for you. I would love to be by your side. If you want to know more about how I can help you, just reach out to me for a complimentary discovery call. We can take a look at what's going on and where you want to be in your marriage and figure out a plan to get you there, okay? All right, so remember, I have something free for you. It's the ultimate guide to guilt-free self-care. It's on my website, tinaheisman.com, and join us over in the Proverbs 31 by Design community on Facebook. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.